It's that time again. What's up, everybody? This is Dads Lads Kebabs. Hope you enjoy the show. Deuces.
This is 30,000 milliwatt hours solar charging. So you just leave it in the window.
Oh, this is 30,000, but it's not solar. I had a solar one. Didn't like it. It never worked. Really.
They're good. Oh man, I love a fucking power bank. Anyway, boom. Good evening, good morning, good afternoon, boys and girls. Welcome to another fantastic show of Dads, Lads and Kebabs. We're currently talking about power banks. Do you have one? Do you use them? Mickey's just discovered that he can make his ring light work with his power bank.
Whoop.
It's like a TikTok shop. I hate that. TikTok shop ads. You know, they just come up and they're like, so I've just been sent this by TikTok shop and it's one of the best power banks I've ever used.
It's like, no, it's not. You fucking paid for that.
Listen, this is not a paid ad, but honestly, this power bank will not only hoover your house, it'll power the entire street when the grid goes down.
You can't go wrong with that, people.
This is my thing with TikTok shop videos. I hate them, but I fall for them. So, like, I bought a sprayer thing the other day. Do you know the pump sprays for the garden?
Yeah.
Because I'm doing my decking. I'm cleaning my decking at the moment. So I fell for the decking cleaner. I fell for the sprayer. I fell for the brush kit. I fell for, what else? The garden cleaning kit. I just bought so much shit lately.
You do know you can get good size, like pump bottles in B&M for $4.99. Really good ones.
I'll pay 15 quid. Oh god, mate, TikTok shop. The aftershaves. I've been buying the aftershave off TikTok shop for about 2 years now. I've got loads of them.
Do you know where you could make your money back? Is just by doing fucking reviews of the items you keep buying. At least you'll get something back then.
The problem is, if I got free shit, I would give it an honest review. Like, I wouldn't be like, you know, and they'd be like, you've got to sell this. You've got to make it sound good. I'll be like, no, if it's shit, it's shit. Do you know, like, especially fans. There's fans going all over TikTok at the moment because obviously it's warm. You know, unless you paid 130 quid for aircon, which is just seems insane that how cheap it is. Like, I paid 130 quid for aircon. It's upstairs. It weighs a ton. Do you clean your filter? I found the filter on the back.
On the back, yeah. I've cleaned it once in 6 years. It's also got the little thing at the bottom where you can put the hose in to drip it, empty the drip tray. But what I did, I lifted it upside down because I'm really strong and put it in a bucket. Not much in there.
Well, so mine, basically, the way I've got mine is, the only way that I can put mine is basically it goes in my ensuite, but my ensuite is like a big door that goes into my bedroom. But because I bought one of those window seals, you know, so the tube just goes out the window, so you can leave the window open, but then the window's sealed.
Yeah,
that was £7 off £7 off Amazon, but it makes a hell of a difference. One, with the noise. Two, it's not pushing the hot air back in. Because I found when I was just hanging it out the window, after about 10 minutes, I'd go in, and it had fallen back in the window. Oh, I tell you what, the other day though, when it was hot, it made a difference.
Tuesday when it's Monday when it's 25.
It made a difference, big time. Saying that, I've just been in Spain, so I've been on aircon all week. Problem is, when you come back from holiday and you don't want it to be warm. I wanted to come back to rain, wet weather, and sausage and mash. I come back to warm weather. It's weird, isn't it? You go abroad, you can handle the heat.
I think because you're not doing day-to-day things.
I know, yeah.
Because you've, in theory, on holiday, you're just chilling, you're doing whatever, whenever you want it. On holiday, when you're back at home, you need to, I need to get this ready for work, I've got to go to work, got to do the shopping.
Put the bins out.
Yeah, go to school, whatever. So,
did a tip run today. Put the bins out. Oh, clean the fish bloody pond out yesterday.
Wow, fish pond. I used to have a big fish pond, and then you have to clean it, and you think, get rid of them.
Problem is, they're not my fish, so I'll make his coffee.
Whose fishes are they?
my daughter's fish. She wanted a pond.
It's in your house.
It's outside. It's in the garden. She wanted a pond, and my stepdad he built this pond for her, and I mean it is fucking what.
Every time, yeah. For the people that are watching or listening, this StreamYard setup, there's a mute button, yeah. So when I have a sniff or I've got a cough or a sneeze or whatever, I always press mute so that it doesn't interrupt the stream or anything. No, guys, Mickey's sniffing, Mickey's blowing his nose, Mickey's coughing. It's like, what do I bother? I might as well just cough on fucking stream.
Just do it.
And it's
Just do it.
I'm trying to be professional now. You know, we can't all be like you. But carry on. Fish tank in the garden, yeah.
Yeah,
Built.
so stepdad built it. He built this fantastic pond. Mickey's coughing.
Wanker.
Anyway, her interest lasted all about a weekend.
Yeah, that's bad, isn't it?
And then now we've got these three big fish on this. I've got to clean out the filters. I've got to fucking de-weed it all and take all the leaves out. Feed them all the time. So now I've got fish and I don't even want them. It's just taking up space in my garden. So
That's not good.
jobs. My job list is never ending though. My job. I've got jobs. I'm decorating the Nipper's bedroom at the moment. I haven't even started yet. I've got all the stuff. I've got all the Amazon boxes laid out in the hallway. I've got his wardrobe there. I've got all the paint. I've got the decals for the wall that I'm going to do. All the shelves. I haven't started it yet. No,
Christmas. Oh shit.
I've been planning on starting it. Or I've been saying every day this week. I've been saying in the evening, I'm not going to sit down because I'm hot. My missus had a go at me last night as well. She had a Barney at me last night because when it's hot, I pace around. I don't sit still. So I can't sit still when I'm hot. So I pace around. And the problem is when the little one's going to bed, the aircon's not on because it's loud. So and then I have to go back to fans. And then I'm like, fans not doing it. So I start pacing around. She said to me last night, "Will you just fuck off downstairs?" She said, "Because you're just pacing around. It's doing my head in." I was like, fine. She did the right thing.
Yeah. I saw a very sad thing today. I was driving back. Well, firstly, I went to Wellingborough Tesco, after work, to see the Britain's Got Talent bus.
Oh God.
You can go in there, you can go inside, play the games, and see if you can win tickets for the final. And you can win like a Tesco jumper, Tesco trolley coin, club card points, things like that.
Right.
So yeah, that was interesting. So then, as I was driving back, I don't want to go into too much detail because it's a very, 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 very serious and bad subject, to be fair. As I was driving along, towards the Priory roundabout.
Yeah.
Yeah, McDonald's Priory roundabout from like the Tesco and that.
Yeah.
Come up, join the slip road, dual carriageway. You know that you got a bridge there, haven't you? That is near the prison.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I was looking up. You know when you see cars and vans and stuff and vehicles on bridges, normally the police trying to catch you speeding. Well, there was about 3 or 4 up there. And as I got closer, there was somebody sat the other side of the railings with, you got the metal railings, you got the bottom layer bit of concrete where like the road was that sticks out. They were sat on there with a blanket round them, and at least one other person the other side of the railings, like cuddling them. And I was just like driving along, looking up, thinking, oh, there's lots of people up there. And as I got closer, I'm seeing this, I'm thinking, oh my God. And then there was at least 3 or 4 people like doing this, like slow down. And I'm like, oh shit. Now, obviously this person wasn't hanging off. They were just sat there. Hopefully, people convinced this person to come the other side to safety. But it was just so surreal, so random, just driving home. And I look up and they're there and I'm like, oh, normally like police are there, and because you do get the odd occasion where people are on bridges and they're ready to go, you know, and the police will come and they'll block the road for like 5 hours or whatever. Now, obviously, this person has company, has people helping them, which is really good to see, and they were sat there. So they weren't stood up, hanging off or anything like that. They just sat there. Like I'm sat in a chair with a blanket around me, you know. And obviously people there talking and supporting them. And it just made me... It was just such a shock. It was like that didn't happen, you know. And I was driving up to your carriage, I was thinking, fucking hell, what was... All the bad things that I've had... I had a fairly shitty day at work. It's really, really, really busy. But compared to that what that person's going through, it fuck is nowhere near it. You know what makes that person feel like that?
It doesn't comprehend, does it? Because you just don't. You don't know. You don't know what it could have been. Something so small that tips them over the edge. You don't know where a person's at, and I think when it comes to people that especially do head to the bridge, or you know, is that it's not sometimes it's not long-term mental health. You know what I mean? It's a quick decision. It's weird for me. I don't think everybody that thinks about suicide or attempts suicide is it always... Are you always struggling with your mental health if you try and commit suicide?
I don't know. I think there may be certain things where it's just a point of nope. That's it.
I mean, you know, like for example, a lot of gamblers and people like that. People, you know, they might lose a lot of money and then be like, well, what's the point going on? You know.
Yeah.
I'm in debt. I'm gonna kill myself. People do that. So is that bad? Are they having a mental health episode if they're doing that? The thing is, what drives a person to it? There's no wrong or right way to, you know, I mean, to deal with it, is there?
I suppose if you haven't got the support around you, I mean, this person might not even know these people. They've just seen them on the bridge and think, oh shit, we need to, you know, the not the hero mode, but you know, the mode that you don't think about yourself. You just have to help somebody. And the fact that this person had jumped or climbed over the railings and like didn't even think of their own life, that was there trying to support this person, you know. And I mean, I don't know what happened. There's nothing on the local Facebook groups, which is where the information normally gets put, like traffic reports, any changing in traffic, roads closed, all that sort of thing. Nothing in the local newspapers on there. So I'm hoping that it didn't come to the police turning up and closing everything, and they just got back over. So, but it just makes you think about life, and it was just like fucking hell. Just driving home and thinking, I was actually on the phone to my son at the time, you know, trying to get money out of me as always. And I'm like, oh fuck, there's people on the bridge. What the fuck? You know, and it's like, yeah, I just hope that that person gets the help they need, and that there was nothing serious in it in the end. But very scary for the people involved, and obviously that person as well. But
I do like the fact that now a lot of bridges have the Samaritan details on them.
Do they?
Yeah,
oh wow.
Go and look at, you know, the one near... I've seen one, you know, the one if you go the back way into Riverside, that bridge on the A45.
Yeah, yeah.
I know it's just a green. It looks like it's just a green sign on the bridge, but they're on a lot of bridges now, everywhere, because it's more common. I mean, they should put them everywhere, but it is good that they are there. because I remember when they first came out, the fact that people were just doing it. They weren't, you know, it wasn't like a sponsored campaign or anything like that. They were just going around and basically putting details of Samaritans or even stickers like on the bars of the bridge and stuff. It's such how much you'd be feeling in any way. I don't think, you know, no matter how you do it, you just don't know. You just don't know what a person's going through at that time.
No, I don't think. I don't know. I don't know what to think really. I was going to say it wouldn't be the way I would choose to do it because I'll be too scared. And then I wouldn't.
Ironic, right?
You know, it's like, yeah, I think. Well, we won't encourage people to do anything, so we won't give suggestions how to do it.
I get what you're saying, but yeah, I get what you're saying. Like it's a fear, isn't it? But then, no matter how you choose to do it, something has pushed you to that breaking point.
But how many times have you been at a breaking point and you can't see no light at the end of the tunnel, and then the next day or the day after, your attitude is completely different? That happens quite a lot with me. Like, I think, fuck's sake, everything's against me. Nothing's really going to work out.
Oh yeah.
Life is shit. And then it's like the next day, it's like, oh, okay, oh, that worked out well. Oh, so did that. You know, so for me, it's quite important to never give up hope, really.
No, of course. I mean, I'm in a constant state of worry about all sorts of stuff. It doesn't. It can be anything. You know, like I've got to check the hob 10 times before I leave the house, just to make sure it's off. You know, and when I go up to bed at night and I'm like, go around the kitchen, I'm like, plug socket, plug socket, plug socket. So the thing is, my brain messes with itself. You know, I will, if we're going away for the weekend, I pack the car, everybody gets in the car, I come back in the house, I check everything, I leave the house, lock the door, get halfway down the street, and I'll say, did you see me lock the front door?
Yeah, I did that this morning actually when I left, because I'm in the house alone at the moment, and you think, oh, it's my responsibility, I've got to make sure that's all checked. So what I sort of do, when I lock the window downstairs, I said out loud, shut. Yeah. And then when I lock the back door and put the locks on, I said lock, so that I know, oh, I said that out loud rather than in my own head. And when you do the front door and you leave in the morning to go work, it's like, locked it.
And I do the whole lock. I do lock,
check,
push, lock, push. But for me, that's my way of dealing with it. But then you were just saying, like, if I'm having a really bad time, and it will, you know, my wife knows this, is that my coping mechanism is cleaning. Right? My coping mechanism is extensively cleaning. That'll be washing, ironing, cleaning the house, pulling cupboards out, and I will have to. That is it. And by the time I'm finished, I'm just like, I grab a drink, I sit down, and I'm fine. I love nothing more than if ever I'm suffering, put me to work. Like, put me to work and say, listen, this needs to. Like, someone could say, I want that pile of rubble moving from there to there. I'll get it done. But at the same time of getting it done, like, you know, when we said about the other years ago, we said about arguing with yourself in the car about what you would say and all that.
In an argument, yeah.
That's how I battle my own head. I have an argument with myself in my head about rationalising problems while I'm cleaning, or while I'm cleaning the car, or doing something that just needs doing. Because I'm not thinking about that task it needs doing. I'm thinking about everything that's going on in my head, and at the same time, the job gets done.
The people that you live with ever wind you up on purpose to see you fucking clean the house?
I'm sure my missus does it to her advantage now, because she says I'm not doing anything in the house, and that's not because I don't want to do it. She said because you just won't. It won't be right.
Yeah.
You know, I have to clean before our cleaner comes.
Fucking hell, look, the rich people get cleaners.
It's not rich. It's £30. £30.
Have you got a maid in a little outfit?
Yeah, hey, she only does that on weekends.
But the outfit.
Yeah. And it's joking. It's my outfit. What are you talking about? No, but that's how I deal with my problems. Is that I am best being put to work or being told to do something, because again, it's just doing something constructive. You're right in that.
This is my happy book that I've started.
Yes.
If you watch my vlogs.
Yes.
My weird doodling, just writing random shit and doodling on it.
I told you about this 2 years ago.
Did you?
I said to you about the quote that I read, and I said to you about write a journal and write only the happy things, because when you get older and your mind forgets everything else, you can read about the happy life you once had.
This is just bullet points.
Yeah, but
for each day.
Still, writing's good.
And they could be as simple as going for a coffee, watching your favourite show, just anything. So that I don't know if it helps me, but I can look back and then maybe it will spark a happy thought when I read one of those on a different day or whatever. So that's the way I look at it.
Also, funny things that happen as well. If you write something funny that happened,
well, that would be a good thing.
You can go back to it and see it as a
Yeah.
I love it how when something bad happens and you go back and see the funny side of it. I'm still not quite there yet with my car keys, but at the same time, I am starting to see the funny side of it, because it turned out to be all right. Everything was fine.
What did you learn? What did you learn from that?
Not to put your car keys on the fucking roof. Whereas now, like, it still doesn't sit well with me. That, I think about it, and do you know when you're going down a roller coaster and your bum clenches? That's kind of what happens. That's what happens when I think about them car keys.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, don't think out the car keys because I know I lost them.
They're still in the bush somewhere in the M1.
Yeah, Leicester Forest Services. So I can laugh at things that happened. Do you know what I mean? And the problem is, I've got so much to laugh at about my life. Not because it's funny, because some of it's tragic. But I've always made the funniest scenario. Like, my mind is not twisted, but I'd make dark humour funny. Do you know what I mean? Like, I remember being at a funeral once. I needed to fart, and I was trying so hard not to fart.
Inside.
Inside. So I remember when I got out and I was able to fart, and it lasted. Do you know? It lasted for it. Like when you'd leave your girlfriend's house when you were 15. Do you know what I mean?
Why are you walking like that? Don't worry. Bye.
As soon as you leave, you're like.
And then you say, ah.
But yeah, so funny things like that, I'll always find funny. And I guess humour makes my mental health much better, because that's how I deal with it. Also, one, being incredibly active and trying to do more, and two, just learning to go, it's only today, it's just today, that's all it is.
You need a big field behind your house that you can just go and put some woods in, plant some trees, and then you'd be happy in your little cabin and stuff.
Oh yeah. Oh man, that would be mean.
Be outside will just help you.
It's so weird now, because the older I get, the more I just see I just want peace. I don't want anything else. I just want happiness, and like I just don't want big problems. I just want to live.
Yeah.
Now I understand. You know when like old men really get into their gardening and they're obsessed with it, and they've got beautiful gardens. I get that. I get it now. Or men that old men that go fishing for 2 days or stuff like that. I understand it. Like it's because it's not about the activity; it's about the peace.
It's the peace and quiet, yeah.
That's not mean.
Rich goes from WLP. He goes fishing. He's like a championship fisher,
I remember
wins
you
loads
saying.
of awards. Yeah, he quite often he goes to France and just fucking goes somewhere, some lake, and he's there for like 3 days on his own. And it's like, what the fuck? And he's catching fish like fucking too big to show you on the screen.
I
No.
mean, walking, like the amount of peace I had when I went hiking last year was just like, you couldn't write it. I was not bothered about my phone. I was not bothered about needing to buy anything. I was bothered about just walking and having a nice, just like going, wow, this is ace.
Because you think you're thinking about the scenery, how your body's feeling. Do you have blisters? Is this backpack too heavy? Are we nearly there yet?
Yeah, but
And it's nice.
All those things were just in the moment. They weren't.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
They weren't built up, and they were all
No.
on my. They were all on my own steam. And I guess it's the same for you when you go out hunting and you think, well, I've got to drive all the way to this location. That sucks. But then I get to be at this location and I get to do everything I want. Drive back. I filmed it. I get to edit it, and that's a long time for you just to be with your own thoughts.
Yeah.
And
My own creativeness. Yeah.
Yeah, and doing what you want to do, and that in itself that's peace.
I suppose there's lots of, I don't know, what would I do for peace? I wouldn't do that for peace, to be fair. Do you know what my peaceful thing I do now is I go get a coffee in my little flask or whatever, and then I go and sit in the cemetery, go find a different cemetery and just sit in it, have a little walk round, see the different graves and just sit there chilling.
Yeah, but
that's peace, because they're not really busy. You get peace and quiet there. You see the little birds flying around and the butterflies and all that, and you just think, oh, all the flowers on the graves. It's like people come here because they miss somebody and they love somebody, and it's just nice just to chill, and I fucking love doing them. I just love sitting there.
It's just nice, isn't it? In a world full of noise.
Exactly.
It's nice just to find, and I get it, this might sound morbid to some, but I think when you take yourself out of your current situation of going, I need to buy this, I need to get new tyres, I need to go shopping, I've got to do overtime at work and all that, just stop for a second, put your phone away, stop worrying about bills and everything else in between. They'll either get paid or they won't. Just stand still or just do something that makes you feel happy. Is the end goal. Makes you just feel accepting in that moment. It doesn't, like I said, it doesn't have to cost you anything. Doesn't have to, you can just feel like, and I love that. And again, if I could be a hobo in the middle of the fucking forest building a cabin, that like with my wife and kids, obviously, I'd love to live off grid. That would be my dream, 100%.
I wouldn't like to live totally off grid, but
no, fuck them.
No, I need it. I can't do about certain things.
They're all cunts anyway, mate. Fuck them. I just it's weird, isn't it? For me, for somebody that was so materialistic and so like, I just wanted what everybody else had. I always did, because I never had it, and then I managed to do all those things and get those things, and it was like, oh, it ain't quite what I thought it would. Right?
But do you think that was because, I suppose at the time you were single, I presume?
Yeah.
Were you doing that subconsciously to attract a mate, as it were? Look at me, no, it wasn't anything to do with that. It was just for yourself. Look, I buy this shit. I'm so good.
It was literally for me. It was for me.
Yeah, made you happy.
I've experienced the things that I've seen people have, and it was like, oh,
yeah, you wanted to do them, get them,
and that's the thing with trend is that somebody has it, another person wants it, that person gets it, and another person wants it, and it's like,
yeah.
I was always bothered by that. I was always bothered about being out of the loop, you know. And I guess I'm sure I did things to impress people or to be like, oh, you know, you've got it, you know, that sort of thing. But again, now it's I wouldn't even care what the bloke standing next to me's got in his wallet. You know what I mean? Or, you know, like, it doesn't matter to me. doesn't.
No.
Like I see it now when they say, "Look, listen, you can be rich in money, or you can be rich in just
In life.
in life." Then
Yeah.
and they will always say, "Yeah, but only a poor person will say that," or "Money does help," and I'm sure it does, and I'm sure crying in a Lamborghini is much better than crying in a Ford, but it doesn't bother me. So it's not something I have to think about.
I think from my experience, people who have money, you don't have certain things to worry. Your worries get less because you haven't got to worry about, oh, if I go out next week with my friends, do I have enough money to last to the end of the month? Can I pay that bill? Is it
different stress?
Yeah, you have different stress, different worries that money can take away, which obviously is what we all want. We all want to have carefree life, but then other things will pop up. Health, family problems,
that's what I mean. You
job problems.
All the money in the world, and then all of a sudden you're diagnosed with terminal illness.
Yeah.
What does it do then? And I'm not saying I'm not knocking anybody that's got financial wealth or whatever, but
bastards.
It doesn't. Do you know what I mean? And I'm sure some of them with all that wealth are just going, do you know what? I wish I could just stand still for a second, stop worrying about being a CEO or whatever it is, or.
I wish I could be a rich bastard.
Do you know what I mean? Give me your money for a week, and I'll show you what I could do with it. Buy a load of shit from TikTok in 10 minutes.
Fuck you. Yeah.
I guess like you said, your own happiness is what you make it. It's not about.
Your perspective's definitely changed over the years of what makes you happy. Things that used to make me happy 5 years ago do not make me happy today. Now, I've just said that quote and realised I don't have any fucking examples for you, but some people will have some.
Same as the thing as you purchase. There is nothing that you can buy, and I know for you there's certain aspects of equipment and stuff that you have that you will care about in years to come. But in reality, it's all superficial, right? None of it really matters, I'd say the most important thing is probably some of your hard drives of all the shit that you've got or whatever, or do you know what I mean?
Yeah, memory cards, yeah.
Yeah, and all that. So all those things for you, they matter, but same. It's like photographs. Are you a big photo taker in terms of like your family, your kids, your parents?
When I'm with people, normally, a little quick selfie at wherever we are in the moment. Nothing major, but
what you don't realise is that in 10, 15, 20 years time, some of those photos will be gold dust to you.
Yeah, I mean, I've got two A2 poster size things on the wall with all pictures of me and my kids. So they're all in the frame that I've put together like a collage, and I've got a little pile there ready for another one. So memories that I have, I'll print off and then put them up there on my wall. So,
But like you said, years to come, those photos will be gold to you.
They will be worth more than anything I've probably bought. Yeah.
Yeah. And it's like, what people don't realise is you're always trying to fight to get back to where was good. We always go, a lot of us do that in our body shape. I'm sure we do that as well. Is that I looked good in 2005. Do you know what I mean? Like those sorts of things. And it's like, I'm always fighting to get back to that. And it's like, well, no, just create a new version of you. Don't try to replicate what once was, because it's not going to be.
And you'll never be happy until you get that back, and you probably won't get that back. So you've got to create, like you say, a new one, a new version of yourself that you can be happy with, and try and live with it. But I don't know. It is difficult. Try and convince your mind that this is what you want now.
Mm-hmm.
But your mind's telling you no. It's like an R. Kelly song.
But my bar. No. Oh, mate, from R. Kelly to P. Diddy. Mickey's coughing.
Hey, it's whenever I drink Coke, it just makes me want to clear my throat. Let me clear my throat.
Music makes me happy. And it depends on my mood. Music and just, but it depends what I want to listen to.
Yeah.
Like,
see, I like the old, on TikTok, the old people that have all these, they put the old songs up from like the 90s, don't they? So people that they start playing all the old 90s and early 2000s like dance and trance songs and music, and it's like, I fucking love that shit. It just reminds me of when I was young, and it's like, yeah, man. And it's like summer tunes and yeah.
Oh God, summer tunes, man. That's what I mean. When the weather gets warmer, my music genre. I tell you what, when I'm in the car. I've just got a coffee, and I've got a tune, and I've got like a 20-minute drive. That's where a lot of problems get fixed for me as well.
Yeah.
Because, like you said, I'm swinging on a coffee. I had an iced coffee the other day. That was lush. I'm swinging on a coffee. I'm having a good time. Everything's all good.
Yeah.
That's how it should be. It shouldn't be. It should be the little things that pull you back in.
Because you're never going to get major things. It's like you say, the little things that build up create your happiness. No. And that's what people just think, it's only that. But then so is this. And then something else happens. Oh, okay, that's like 3 things that are very small but have made me happy. And then there's 4 and 5 as well. And then you take a step back, look at your day and think, fucking hell, that was a good day, that. I enjoyed that.
It is just like that. Cooking, for example. Sometimes you might not be asked to cook, right? But have you ever got into the flow? Like, you like to cook, so have you ever got into the flow of just being like prepping a whole meal, and you're doing it at your pace, and you're working on flavors, and you want to add more, and you want to like.
Yeah.
I've found some of my best cooking, just taking my time and just enjoying it and drinking at the same time. I mean, alcohol, but just having a drink and having some tunes on. And
I have realised that the gym makes me happy again.
That's good.
And the happiness of being tired and pushing myself, you can. Niall is playing with his headphones, people, if you didn't know.
Sorry, I have to.
The clicking noise and the scraping was Niall. His power bank has died.
No, the power bank's still going. I have to plug in the headphones.
Oh dear. What will you do?
Hey, so I've only used these headphones. How many episodes we've done since I got them?
Since Christmas, yeah.
So I've never used them for music on its own or anything like that. I've only ever used them.
Oh, they'll be good for music beats. They got fucking strong bass on them.
These make me happy because they're special to me. Because I've never had a pair of like really good headphones.
Yeah.
So, and the fact they come from my wife and she picked them and she knew that I'd like them. So sentimental, like, it's a pair of headphones. It doesn't really mean shit, but using them and them being good, I like it.
That makes me happy.
Hey, I found mine was it. So when I took mine off my Christmas tree this year, I decided I'm going to keep it as a permanent decoration.
Yeah,
so,
mine used to hang up as well.
It's in the hallway now with my Only Fools and Horses characters.
The little figures.
Only Fools and Horses makes me happy.
Yeah.
Yeah. David Attenborough makes me happy. The video. So there was a trailer the day for his new Planet Ocean that's just come out in the cinema. And he basically said, look, I'm nearly at the end of my life. And honestly, first time in a long time had real tears in my eyes at the thought of David Attenborough dying.
Yes.
That terrifies me.
What is he, 90 odd?
99.
Oh wow, so was my nan when she died.
What age to get to?
Nearly there, nearly at the finish line.
99. That's great. And I mean, that's such a life, right? That is a life.
Imagine being born in 1925, eh?
Is that when she was born, 1925?
Oh, my nan was 1921, but yeah. I'm on about Richard Attenborough, if he's 99. Hey, Richard's his brother. That I think is dead, and he was the actor, wasn't he?
I think so, yeah.
Is he dead? Do apologise if he's not.
But even, I mean, 1920s, right? You've seen some changes.
Yeah, Spanish flu. 90 million people dead. Fucking hell, that killed everyone.
No lockdowns then, though, were there?
No, they just that's why 90 million people died.
No herd immunity or.
No.
It's such. Imagine though that. I tell you what, I would love to sit with somebody around that. I mean, if I could sit and have a conversation with David Attenborough, Jesus Christ!
I'll send him a message.
see who wants to come on the show.
Imagine that.
Can you imagine how many views? Can you imagine how many views we'd get if we had David Attenborough for 10 minutes? I mean, I'd probably rewatch it every day.
You couldn't have 10 minutes though. You'd have to speak to him about all his stuff that he's done over the years with the animals and the best places he's been to, the most challenging episodes. Although he doesn't go to the places anymore, does he? He used to, and he used to narrate from there. But now he doesn't go, does he? He just narrates from the studio.
Oh yeah, his last one he did, and he was 97.
Yeah. I mean that's fucking old, isn't it? Good going on him.
He was, you know what I mean? He was in the Arctic Circle at 97. He's doing all right.
He's looking for Santa Claus.
Oh God, it's just, oh man. But it was anyway. It was just a snippet of his video, and he just said a word saying, "Of all the changes I've seen now, I'm nearly at the end of my life." And then it went into the thing, and I was like, "Oh my God." That was like a stomp. I'm telling you now, National Morning, when him and David Jason go, telling you, it'd be a horror. The world will be fucked at that point.
If I'm honest with you, I'm not bothered by David Attenborough, but David Jason.
Fuck you. You want to have a well fuck, mate.
He only talks about animals, but for me, he is a national treasure, and yeah, he should be a sir. Is he a sir? Must be. Yeah. David Jason, I think for me, when he goes, wow. I saw what was he on? He was on you remember Chris Moyles? He was on Radio X with the Chris Moyles show the other day. I saw it on TikTok. And he was David Jason was in the studio, and he was talking to him about stuff. And Chris asked him, could you say something in a Del Boy accent or get into it? And he's like, like the old head shuffle and that. And they're all like, oh my God, they all cheer. And it's like, there's Del Boy. And it's like, how'd you get in the character? He goes, well, all right, Rodney. And I thought, I went cold. It was like, oh my God, this is like fucking epic. It's like Del Boy. And it's like, wow.
I don't think some people will truly understand what that TV show has on people. It's just a TV show, but emotionally, it was real life. It was like I don't think you could understand that show if you're from a certain life. I don't think you get it as much.
For me, it was from like the age 10 up to I don't know adulthood.
It was real life. It was struggle. It was real. It was trying to get something for nothing. It was do you know? And they said about we had this conversation the other week. With Merrick, shout out.
Merrick Alora, Michael Roberts.
Should have they have carried it on after they got rich? And I always think No, that would have been enough for me. But at the same time, I was very grateful that they did.
So they ruined it for me because they lost it all, and Uncle Albert crashed his boat into the Thames, and they lost all their money. And
do you know what the moral of the story was? Is that the money, they climbed all that way to get there, and the money didn't suit them.
Yeah, I suppose.
They lived a facade, you know what I mean? Like he had the big country house, Rodney had the big flat on the Thames,
Yeah.
and Uncle Albert crashed the boat. Yeah, so for me it was like, do you know what? Yeah, but with money you're not you. Do you know when he gets the phone call and he's in the flat and he's like, it's Lenny Morris, he's got some Ubers for us, and he's like,
Monkey Harris, yeah. He's got some video players.
Yeah.
DVDs.
He's like, we're not in the business anymore. And I was like,
yeah, he's telling Rodney, yeah, and he's like, we're not in the business anymore, Del. And the look on his face is like, oh yeah.
That broke my heart, because it's like, that's what I mean. It's not, sometimes
I've gone cold again, man. Fucking hell.
It's not the destination.
No, it's a journey.
It's and that's life. That is life. Is that it's not about achieving mass success. It's not about, you know, punishing yourself for things that you've done wrong. But it's about learning to live with now.
Yeah.
You know, not everything's perfect. It's never going to be. You're never going to get back to who you once was, and you'll never, you know, most of us will never be financially stable. But
no.
There's a whole world out there to live in, and you can live in it and you can enjoy it and explore it, or you can sit right here and just wallow. And that's all it is.
It's which road you take, I think.
And it's not easy. It's not, and it's the same with when you're dealing with shit. Mickey's coughing. It's the same when you're dealing with shit in life. Is that you have to go through it. You can't. There's no way around it. You're gonna have shit days. Your car's gonna fucking break down. You know. Your credit score's gonna go, and you're gonna miss a bill or whatever. You're gonna do all that stuff, but it's not gonna kill you. And I always tell myself that, like, I always tell myself something.
You don't die from this.
Don't die from this.
You suffocate. Just get on a fucking t-shirt. I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna fucking make some more t-shirts and put that on the front.
Exactly. Just thinking of shit like that. That's what I do in inappropriate places. Is I'll think a scenario in my head and then be like,
oh dear.
Oh god.
That's tickled me, that.
Go
watch Lifeless, people. The film.
Limitless,
not Lifeless. Fucking hell, I'll be dead. Yeah, Limitless.
I love that film. But it is. Everything's all good until it's not all good, and when it's not all good, just accept it. Just be like, it's not a good day.
No.
And the best thing to do is finish the day. Just finish that day. Because you know, as soon as your head hits that pillow, you decide what happens the next day.
Yeah. I find that I make all my plans in the evening, and I'm so driven at night sometimes to get things done and organised and sort stuff out and book stuff. And then in the morning I wake up and think, oh, why did I do that? It's like, oh, fuck.
I do that. So the other night I did this, is that everyone was asleep, and my missus was saying, oh, what we're going to do this weekend, we've got a free weekend, we haven't got no plans, we've got no clubs, we've got no commitments, what we're going to do. And I was like, do you know what, I'm going to plan something, and we're going to go, you know, we're going away tomorrow night, and we're going to go stay, then we're going to go do an activity on Saturday through the day, and then come home Saturday night. And I was like, right, I'll plan this. Anyway, I was sat there for ages planning stuff.
Yeah.
And then before I know it, I was booking stuff, and I was going, yeah, seems all right. Seems like an okay amount to spend, and then like not much. I didn't spend much, but then like when I said to her when she woke up, I said, listen, I've booked the weekend. We're going away Friday night, staying in a hotel. It's quite a nice hotel. We're going out Saturday for the day. I've already bought the tickets. And then she went, how much did you spend? And I was like, see, you had to ruin it, didn't you? I did something good. And then she was like, no, it's fine. But I was like, do you know what? If I would have looked at those kind of, like, I mean, we're going to the zoo on Saturday, right? Safari park. Do you know how much it is for a family of 4 for a safari park?
Depends where you're going.
So we're going to Woburn.
Okay. It's not as dear as Whipsnade. Woburn, I would say, family ticket, £110.
Okay, yeah, so yeah, 105.
That's a good guess.
So
how many is that? 2 adults, 2 children.
Mm-hmm.
Is that what it's included? Yeah.
Yeah. And I was like, is it? And I was like, but then hotels are not cheap now. Like even Premier Inns are not a Premier. Do you know when Premier Inns used to be 30 quid or 39 quid?
They only have to have 1 room in the building at that price, and that's the room you can never buy.
Yeah. They don't have those rooms.
Bloody Lenny Henry.
And now we've got more people. Now there's our tribe's grown to its maximum capacity. I'll let people know. There's no more room in the inn. You have to put 2 adults, 2 children. As soon as you put 2 adults and 2 children, it's basically like, well, it's 195 for an evening, and I'm like, oh my god.
See, thinking of that, when back in late 90s, I used to go to Alton Towers all the time, and that used to get the club card vouchers from Tesco. So every year I'd collect them, and you get them for Alton Towers. So me and my mates would always go like March, April, May, June, all the time. And we'd save these up and collect them. And I think you got in for free. Otherwise, you'd have to pay like £20. Now you're talking, just say 97, 98, when we started to drive. Yeah, it would have been then. Yeah, 98 onwards. So £21 for a ticket to Alton Towers was quite expensive back in them days.
Oh yeah.
And when I had young children, I remember going to Whipsnade Zoo, and an adult ticket was £38, and I nearly died.
I know. Like, I'm not getting anything out of this. I've seen these animals before.
It's like fucking hell. So your ticket probably £15 per child, £35 per adult. Mm-hmm. £35 per adult is not too bad nowadays, seeing as you're talking nearly 20 years since when I went to Whipsnade. So I imagine London Zoo is worse. London tax. Since when does it seem acceptable to go to a location and have to spend £40 plus on a ticket just to get in the building?
I know.
And how is it normal? How are people just accepting this?
There was saying that
joke.
Though, before I say the next thing, what would you say average price is now for a general gents haircut? Just a dry gents cut, just a haircut. Even Turkish barber haircut. How much?
I would say around 20 to 25. Seeing as my under 13-year-old kid used to be about £12 back in the day. So 25 for a haircut.
30 quid. 30 quid. I'm struggling to find anywhere that does. I mean, all I do is I have my side shaved a bit off the top, and then sometimes I have my beard shaped. That goes up to 40, right? It's 30 quid. I can't really find anywhere at the moment that's under 30 quid for my haircut.
That's not skin fade? Is that normal fade or blended?
Blended sometimes. Skin fade.
Skin fade's more, isn't it?
Yeah, because they have to spend more time on basically just trim one grade, trim another, and then it all fades out.
But then they get the razors out. Yeah.
Problem is where I used to just have it in one in one shade. It just used to be like, no hair, no hair.
Yeah.
So, do you know what I wish? No one ever told me about my haircuts. No one ever said, Niall, you're just going a bit too far now, mate. All right, these haircuts are getting really bad. Stop.
Just watch these podcasts. We've got weird hairs. But you
one,
guys have never seen me with hair, so it's all right. I always wear a hat anyway.
No one ever said to me. I mean, my hair's fairly normal bloke's hair. I mean, I'm definitely at the good receding stage now, which I love.
See, I'd quite like to have Niall's hair, I think.
Oh.
I got a fucking egg.
Baldy bounce.
See, there's my receding hair.
I don't.
So like there. No, this way. That way. There you go. It's weird doing it. So all this needs to be filled in turkey.
Yeah, but what? I'm not bothered about any of that. When I lose,
see, I'm not bothered now. I mean, mine's shaved, so I shaved mine yesterday. It was quite fairly long yesterday, about a millimetre. It's not when it's not Velcro. You know, it's time to shave it.
Do you just think now though that I don't think you could ever get rid of?
Huh?
I don't think you could ever get rid of this.
I'd never shave that off. Absolutely no way. I was thinking about maybe trimming it at some point. So I've not shaved it. I trim the ends when they're all scraggly and they look shit. Probably about. You know. But then sometimes it looks good in certain lights because it's really long. It's like I've got fucking, you know, one of them things off the aeroplanes when they land and you have to get them off quickly. You slip them on Mickey's hair and just slide down it. You know? Like the escape chute on an aeroplane. That's what my beard looks like if it was like yellow or orange.
Oh god, I've gone faint. I was just thinking, it just popped into my head because I was just thinking, when was the time that Mickey didn't have a beard? And then I was just thinking, do you remember the time when you went? Did you go for a sunbed or did you get a spray tan?
I used to go sunbed. I never used to have.
We had a staff party once. Oh god! And you came in, you were like you'd been to Turkey. You were like really tan, but you had a goatee at the time.
It wasn't tan, mate. It was fucking bright red.
Oh. It's not, and I'm sure it wasn't that bad in person. It was the photo that
it was the photo because I had a red shirt on and a jacket, and it just matched my face.
Oh god!
But my skin was this red.
Mental.
It's like fucking hell. Something you don't want to fucking look like.
Yeah, but again, it's just part of your chapter. That's all it is.
It'll be that funny time. Oh, do you remember when Mickey went to that staff party and he looked like a lobster? Yeah.
So much funny shit, man. God.
And on that note, people, Niall's tired, so we've got to go beddy buys. So
Guys,
thank you so much for watching.
This episode of Dads, Lads and Kebabs. And also remember that if you are suffering with your mental health, please don't, talk to somebody. Seek help.
Send us a message and we can chat to you off air. Like I helped that man in Quick Fit, I think. He was going through shit time. And he said that podcast sounded like something that would cheer him up and help him. So, yeah, like Niall said, let us know.
Reach out for help.
Yeah.
For anybody. Even if you are struggling, remember, it's not. It doesn't have to be massive. Sometimes it can just be trivial. That can be pushing you too far. So,
yeah,
if you want to talk to anybody, reach out or seek support from somebody that you trust. But guys,
yeah, we're not professional, but we might have experienced something similar. So who knows? But
deuces. Sayonara. Papangura patane.
goodbye.
Goodbye.